Welcome to the Still a Man platform, where real conversations leads to real growth. Every Monday, step into Man in the Mirror, a platform where people come to share their journey, their past, their present, and the future. Real stories, real reflections, and real transformation. On Tuesdays, tap into the heart of the conversation with Still a Man podcast, honest talk, raw truth, and the kind of realness most people are afraid to dig into. And every Wednesday, ease into the middle of your week with Wind Down Wednesday, your space to reset, release, and recharge. 3 shows, 3 experiences, 1 platform built on truth, growth, and connection. Support the movement, subscribe, share, and stay tuned. Mondays, Man in the Mirror. Tuesdays, Still a Man podcast. Wednesdays, Wind Down Wednesday. This is the Still a Man platform. Real talk, real life, real people.
This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Okay, not too long ago, our president of the United States, Donald Trump, he was preparing for a big trip. Let's say he was supposed to be preparing for the big trip to China. Now, some way, somehow, somewhere along the line, he got distracted. So I don't know if the beloved president is suffering from insomnia, dementia, or sleepiness, but most people count sheets. Some people get up, exercise, read a book, listen to music, go for a walk. Some other extracurricular activities, might smoke, might have a drink, but not our president. He decided that he would go on a 3-hour hissy fit, and this is what he did. So within a course of 3 hours, he posted 55 posts. And this is including AI videos and old posts about things. So basically, give the gist of things, give the miniskirt version of this. President Trump decided that he was going to resurrect his past accusations regarding treason as it pertains to Obama and some of his administration, and that, I guess that includes Hillary Clinton too. So during this tirade, he's trying to convince anybody that will listen or that was up listening to him that Obama interfered in the 2016 election, in which he won, mind you, in which Trump won, so I don't know why he's still crying about that, and again in 2020. He also accused Obama of having his Trump Towers bugged. So he said that Obama, the CIA, I believe the FBI, and the DOJ conspired against him to keep him from winning the election, and they staged a coup with the Russians to interfere in the voting process. So he says that he has proof, and he wants Obama charged, arrested, and prosecuted, and everybody else that had anything to do with this conspiracy that potentially exists within his head. But that's the gist of it. So again, he's resurrected these charges. He wants Obama brought up on charges, and anybody else that had anything to do with it. And
What charges?
charges of treason. All right. So that is the background on it. Let me also add. He in another post, he's talking about that Obama is guilty of embezzling 100. I think it went from 100. It's 140, and then it went back down to sundown. So again, anything with Donald Trump, you can't be certain. It's always changing. A lie doesn't care who tells it. So it's just bad. But he accused them of embezzling $140. Excuse me, $140 million or 104. I'm telling you, the numbers change. It depends on what time of the day, when you see the post, and if it's a repost or someone else commenting on it. So the number is constantly changing, but the charges, the accusation remains the same. He said that he embezzled that much money from the what is it? The Obamacare. So that's what he said. All right. So the question is, does our beloved U.S. President Donald Trump have dementia? Because these are signs, I think, of that. And you guys, you can take time, someone cares to look it up at some point, what dementia is, and then you can read it to the what's the name, but we're gonna to the panel, but we're gonna get started. So tonight we have Tanya, we have Patsy, we have Sean, and we have Robert. Welcome all. All right, we got 8 questions. Let's have an intelligent discussion. All right. So, again, the question is, the topic discussion is, does Donald Trump have dementia? And I believe that question stems from, like I said, his recent charges against Obama for treason. All right. So we're going to go question number 1.
Shouldn't we know what dementia is first before we answer these questions?
Do you need a definition? Or
what to talk about it intelligently so everybody is on the same page, we need to know what the definition is and what are signs of dementia.
Okay. If you wanna, anybody pulled it up yet?
Well, let me give you this. You sent the video about obfuscate, right?
Huh?
You sent the video about Trump talking about Obama.
Yes.
Right. And that he obfuscate something.
Yeah.
So let me give you that definition, and then we can go from there.
All right. And Sean, while she's doing that, can you pull up dementia and treason?
So obfuscate is a formal verb that means to deliberately make something unclear, confusing, or difficult to understand. It comes from the Latin for to darken, and usually involves clouding an issue with unnecessary details, jargon, and evasiveness. Oh, invasive language.
Sounds like deception.
Sounds like deception. And when we talk about this, we need to use these words and with the thought of Trump versus Obama as far as language is concerned.
Yeah, and one thing that everybody can learn from whoever is in charge of the Q&A section, what questions get asked, and how you speak to your the attendees, your audience. First of all, when speaking to people, you should not be using words that everybody does not understand. You shouldn't be speaking over your audience's head. So,
Right.
chances are the reason why people use those big words like that because it's to throw you off. Because he could have simply said deception, but he used that word because he's trying to deceive you, and that's the reason why. But Sean, you got the definition for dementia?
Sure. Dementia is a progressive condition that impacts memory, thinking, and daily functioning. Key early warning signs include frequent short term memory loss, like repeating questions,
Hmm.
struggling with familiar tasks or recipes, misplacing items in unusual places, and becoming disoriented with time or geographic locations.
Oh, well, okay. So if there's any truth in what's being said, Trump is having problems navigating the White House. They have to put up signs and stuff so that he knows where to go. Also, he's rehashing which would something that they it should have been a dead topic, a moot topic, because they already went over this already. So 9 months ago, he brought this up, and here we are talking about it yet again. So it's a resurrection. I don't even think it's a resurrection. He went and dug it up. So it wasn't. He didn't have no proof then 9 months ago. So I again, there's something going on with his cognitive ability, where he would bring this up and the people around him. And before we get started, let me be clear about this. I said the same thing about Joe Biden. It does not benefit the American people or our government to put these individuals in front of a live mic, a camera, and broadcast them to the world in their lesson state. It makes us look weak. So
Mhm.
somebody should stop him from talking, from doing interviews because it's not needed. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I said the same thing about Biden, and people say, "Oh no, there's nothing wrong with him," and then later reports come out and say there was. So I'm gonna go out on a ledge and say that Donald Trump is enduring some cognitive decline as well. It's probably not as obvious as Biden, but I think that it exists within him as well. You had another definition, Sean, treason.
Treason is the crime of betraying one's country. In the
I,
United States, uh,
Go ahead.
uh, in the United States, it is strictly defined in Article 3, Section 3 of the Constitution as levying war against the U.S. and adhering to the enemies by giving them aid and comfort.
Okay. And that being said, we got the formal definition, so let's speak within context as it pertains to those definitions. I don't want to hear about what people think it is because we just gave you the definitions, and that's what we are going to stick to those as we talk about this topic. And throughout this conversation, this discussion, if anybody goes outside of that, please remind them of what it is. And I'm talking to the panel members and stuff, but those
Mhm.
that may join after and did they missed all of that. All right, Timmy, welcome. We're just getting started. All right, so we're gonna go to the first question. And guys, just we're suffering some glitches over here, electrical glitches. So everybody just hang tight due to the storm. All right, question number one. President Trump adamantly accuses Barack Obama of treason. Is there any validity to said claims, or are these accusations signs of dementia? First question. Timmy? Patsy? Same question.
I'd say anybody in their right mind. What the hell he keep on talking about Obama for? You are in power. You are sitting in the seat. Obama, you're jealous because he got more popularity than you. You jealous that the people, even though he's not in office, they still hundreds, thousands, millions of them still salute him. You are going to go down as the worst president ever, ever. And there's no getting around it. There's no way you can ever spin it to try to say that that's not true. It's all on record. It's all out there. It's there. No matter how much you try to cover up things, it's out there. And you're making the fool out of yourself right now and trying to portray yourself to be this strong leader and uh he going what's gonna happen again. Another disease is gonna come and he gonna have the war and a disease going on and he ain't gonna be able to control nothing.
Hopefully it doesn't lead to that. All right, Patsy, same question. President Trump adamantly accuses Barack Obama of treason. Is there any validity to said claims, or are these signs of dementia?
It's a combination. There is no validity in what he says about Obama, first of all, and secondly, his mind is going, and he's not really comprehending some of the stuff that, and he's going along and getting along to try to really understand stuff that his mind is not understanding.
Mm.
And I think he was just slow to begin with, anyways.
Okay. Robbie, same question. Gotta turn your mic on. Okay. Sean, same question.
Um, Him constantly bringing up Obama is just his hatred and dislike and envious, and his envy towards Obama. Um, as far as any validity to what he's saying, it has been proven that it is adamantly wrong. Everything that he said, that he has no proof of anything. Um, and as far as signs of dementia, this and the other, um, I won't speak on that. I'll just believe that when he brings up Obama, whether it been today, yesterday, or any other day, that is that's his stance. He runs on that. I believe there is there could be something wrong with his mind only because of his age.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Donald Trump is very aware of what it is that he's doing. He has been doing this since day one, and this is who he is, and this is who he wants to remain and continue. Because as long as he can keep these narratives out there, he can still keep a hold of some of his people. That's all this stuff is trying to keep a hold of his base.
Hmm. Well said. Well said. Tanya, what do you say?
Repeat the question again, please.
President Trump adamantly accuses Barack Obama of treason. Is there any validity to said claims, or are these accusations signs of dementia?
I'm gonna say both. Okay. There's no validity to the claim. So because treason, if I'm not mistaken, Sean, you said was attack against American people and giving aid to our enemies. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Okay, and so Obama has never raised war against the American people. He has always tried to be a unifier and provide for the American people, do what's best for the American people. Donald Trump, on the other hand, has waged war against the people by taking away health care, by giving transferring the wealth from to the wealthy, leaving us 99% out to dry. I think that it is signs of of early dementia because dementia runs in his family. His father had it and started showing signs at the age that Trump is now. And some of the, what is this, primary warning signs of dementia is planning and problem solving, having trouble following familiar recipes, budget, or track records. I think that some of what Sean said is true, but I think that the people around him is helping to keep him on track with all these lawsuits and things that they're basically robbing the American people of their money. It's the people that surround him that's feeding him all this stuff to take us back to pre Jim Crow or even pre Reconstruction. Um, it's the people that wrote Project 2025 that's heavily involved in the administration. And a lot of that is to disenfranchise us and for them to keep the power.
Okay. So let me give y'all a little fun fact right off the back. So,
Oh, one more thing,
mhm,
Dave.
mhm.
Any accusation for Trump is a confession from himself.
All right, it's called transference. There's definitely transference and projecting onto to others. Um, so I'll say this. I read something where this was already like basically brought to the courts, and there was already a ruling on this, and they said that there was no evidence to support said claims of treason, and it also said that what you call it, the sitting president can't be prosecuted for things done while in his official capacity. So again, and hear what I said, there was no evidence saying that he was guilty of any high crimes against America or the government. So again, he had the president, and thanks to Donald Trump, I don't even know why he keeps pushing this issue, because it's because of you. You went up, you and your legal eagles, y'all went and y'all dug up the archives and you found that part of the Constitution, and you took it to them and you made sure that they implemented it and that they defined it and stuff like that. So the president has immunity. So if you got immunity, so does all the past and future presidents. Um,
Not,
to the extent of what they defined presidential immunity as.
but
Not what you think it is, what they defined it as. You was gonna
not,
say something, Tanya?
yeah, I was gonna say that he keeps talking about that Tulsi Gabbard had all this information, all this evidence. If they had evidence against Barack, you better believe that would have been front and center before he even left office. That would have been out there.
I agree with Sean where he says that Trump is this is what he's ran on. These are his
Yeah,
policies, this is his campaign, these are his beliefs, this is the ingredients in the Kool-Aid that he feeds to all the maggots.
yeah, to
And
his base.
yep,
Yeah,
and so that's what he does. But I gotta tell you, Trump knows damn well what he's doing. He's planting the seed, he's watering it, he's waiting for it to grow, flourish into the monster that he is tending it to become.
I
So
I say it's the people around him too, Dave, because listen to this. You know he just got they not settled. They robbed the American people of
10
1.1,
billion.
huh?
Was you talking about the slush fund that he was supposed to
Yeah,
use
yeah,
to
but it's they did it. They put the amount for 1776 to coincide with when this country was founded, and the money that they using it to fund his Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, without
the, the
any
insurrection?
yeah, they giving the insurrectionists reparations,
$1 million.
basically.
So again, it started out as 10 billion, and now it's been reduced because they said that he can't sue the IRS because the IRS answers to him. So basically, he would be suing.
Himself. Yeah, but
Yes.
but they knew that the judge was going to come back from that. So this is what they did. They filed the lawsuit, and the judge asked for what you call that, for them to give up the information to show how they came up with this, because from what she see is him suing himself. So when she was getting ready to come back with the judgment, they withdrew the lawsuit and then went behind the scenes and made an agreement with the IRS for the 1.7 billion, and then they could do what they want to do with the money without any congressional oversight.
That's right. This is all strategy.
It's
This
a
is all
grift.
this is all strategy. And what I was going to say earlier is Donald Trump is a very shrewd individual. So don't count him out at all, because even this fact about this whole idea of could he be suffering from dementia, this could be a part of a ploy to throw
Mhm.
people off and stuff like that. Like I said, Donald Trump, um, he again,
Knows what he's doing.
that's right. I think that so I'll have to go on record and say I think he has more control of his mental faculties than what people are giving him credit for.
Oh
If
yeah.
there is any cognitive decline, it's questionable. It is questionable. And again, I can't even say I can believe the reports and stuff that come out, because these people lie so damn much.
Yeah.
They lie so much. All of them, on
Right.
both sides of the aisle, they all lie so much. It's like crazy. But if anybody else don't have anything to add, let's go to question number 2. Um, Robert, are you back with us? All right. I don't know what that guy's doing. All right, question number 2. Is Barack Obama secretly sabotaging the presidential dealings of President Donald Trump? Or are these claims more figments of a feeble old man's imagination? Sean?
We already know the answer to that.
Well,
It's
tell all the
it's
viewers.
it's it's not even a figment of his imagination. It's him controlling the narrative and controlling the minds of those, and I'm going to go on the record and say it, slow individuals that fall for the banana in the tailpipe with this guy.
Mhm. I think those individuals have removed the banana from the tailpipe and they just sucking the exhaust fumes. That's what's wrong with them.
Uh,
You got more?
no, sir, that's it.
T, what you say, Tanya?
I'm gonna agree with Sean, and I'm gonna go even further and say it's the racist and the
Mm,
misogynistic individuals that's helping him.
Mm,
He may have control of his thinking. But I still believe that what Trump does, he does what people he listens to what he want what people what he listens to who agrees with him. Not who's going to tell him things that are right, not what he want to hear. He only going to go with people who will tell him what he want to hear to make him feel like he's right. And
Mm-hmm.
so the people that surround him that are gassing him up and telling him you right about the and it's already addressing his primary thinking because he doesn't have no what's that word I'm looking for? Oh God, I can't.
Critical thinking.
Proof.
Critical
Proof.
thinking skills. No,
Mm.
critical thinking skills. He doesn't have any critical thinking skills. So we've said this before that he's just a puppet.
Oh, there's definitely someone else pulling the strings. There's he's the person that you love to hate. He takes that he loves that position. He
Yeah.
likes it. He embraces it. He's the embodiment of it. He don't have a problem with that. But trust and believe, Donald Trump will pull a. We was waiting. Now I'm going somewhere with this. This coincides. We was waiting for Sean Combs, P. Diddy, to do it when he was on trial pulling Nino Brown. But I am almost certain if it comes down to that with Donald Trump, oh, heads are gonna roll. It ain't gonna be his. It's gonna be theirs. He believes in using all of the pieces on the chessboard, all the pawns. Everybody else are sacrificial lambs, not him.
No, that's what that's it.
Exactly.
He not as Sean put it, the slow, um, as he put it out there. It's a dog whistle for the KKK and the white nationalists.
Yeah, I don't know how slow these individuals are because I mean he tells you what he's gonna do and then he just follows through. So
But that's what I mean. He is appealing to their primary instincts, which is to be racist, to
yeah,
be misogynist.
that's unfortunate.
And
Timmy,
people,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry, Tanya. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no. I was going somewhere else. Go to the next
No, no,
person.
no. You can make your point.
No, what I was gonna say is that people don't realize that. No, I'm no because this has to do with voting. So we'll put
Oh,
that.
we're gonna come. That's coming.
We'll put that on the
That's
shelf.
coming. Don't worry. Timmy, you with us? Okay, I think you might be experiencing a delay over there. Uh, Patsy, is Barack Obama secretly sabotaging the presidential dealings of Donald Trump, or is this a figment of a feeble old man's imagination?
I think it's a figment of his imagination because why does Barack Obama have to sabotage Trump when he does it all by his own self
Mm.
with his little pawns and everything? So it's falling underneath him by him and his minions.
Speak about it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And might I add, one of his posts that he uploaded was, what was it, the reflection pool or something? He had Obama and a few others bathing in a dirty reflection ball pool or something like that. I talk about the stuff that goes through this man's head. It's like you need to take a sleeping pill or something. Go to sleep. Well,
Well,
maybe
he don't need a sleeping pill every time he goes to a meeting. Like and it shows him. Like I seen a video of him at a meeting, and I think it was on the news too. He was at a meeting with the Chinese president, and in that meeting, his ass was asleep.
now Now, see again. Now, I can't be certain if that is due to uh issue with sleep apnea, or is it just Donald Trump's way of basically shunning you? Oh, I'm bored. This is bored, so I'm gonna take a nap. I see. That's what
I
I
think
can't.
it's a combination of both, David.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Timmy, Robbie, are you guys here? All right. Moving right along. Does anybody else have anything to add? All right. We are going to go to question number.
Oh, wait.
Go
I
ahead,
have
T.
it's just a statement. It's not about I don't think that Obama is as he accusing him of sabotaging his presidency. I think that I think that he's still taking meetings and things with people with dignitaries. Like, who did he go see recently? Uh
China.
no. I want to say if it was Canada or
Are we referring to Trump or Barack?
Obama. He went to go see one of the leaders recently, and they did a photo together. And I'm not sure if it was Canada or I can't think of who or Australia, one of them. I'm saying that to say that he may be going behind him, trying to save face. Trying to keep the relationship palatable, that when he's out of office that they may have some misgivings but have a little more um confidence in doing trade and stuff with us again.
Just doing business, period,
Yes.
with the American leaders, the president.
Yeah.
I think the mere thought of the very thought of Obama's existence sabotages Trump's presidential dealings, because any success that Obama has, it's counteracting, as far as he's concerned with what he wants to do, and he doesn't like it because he doesn't feel like Obama should still have that level of prestige and have that level of success with foreign policies and foreign leaders and stuff like that, because they're still wanting to meet with him. Again, they're the Democrat Party putting him out front. You know, again, he's a man that people want to meet with. So again, I feel like if you still have that type of influence, then and you're using it for good, have at it.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Um, let's go to let's go to question number 3. What's 1 second, guys. Question number 3. Does President Trump have the authority to charge the former President Barack Obama with treason? In Patsy?
I don't think so. Doesn't it have to come out of like the DOJ or something like that?
Uh,
But yeah, I really gotta question that authority over accusations and bringing up charges. I don't think the president has authority to charge a former president of wrongdoings.
hmm, okay. Sean, what's your perspective?
What was that question? Can
Does President Trump have the authority to charge former President Barack Obama with treason?
No, he doesn't have the authority. It has to go through um, the congressional standings. He has to. He can bring accusations, and when an investigation comes forth, it wouldn't be him that would bring the charges. It would be the United States can bring the charges.
Mm-hmm. Tanya?
I'm going to agree with Sean. No, he doesn't have the authority, but will he try to do it? Yes, he will. Just as he's done everything else illegal. He doesn't give a crap about the Constitution. He's trying to break every aspect of the Constitution um, that has to do with democracy, to tear it all down because he wants to be a dictator.
Mm-hmm.
And he's waged war against the American people and
Mm-hmm.
our allies, not our enemies. He's befriending the enemy. So if anyone should be arrested for treason, it should be him for
And
crime
Yes.
for crimes against the United States and its people, for crimes against humanity, the way he handled COVID and the chaos and the famine that he's causing in other countries because of this war. So he should be the one who's charged and arrested for treason.
yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to come to be because, as I stated earlier, they have presidential immunity, and part of that is it's at the discretion of the president or the sitting president as to how he handles things. Because if he think it's a need, then he can just simply say, "I felt that it was." In the best interest of the American people to uh, do what I did, basically. And because of that, my answer to that question is too. I don't think he can do it. I don't think he has the authority. But again, I'll go with someone else said. Trump doesn't care about authority.
You know,
He doesn't respect any level of authority. He
Nope.
feels like he is the alpha and the omega, the beginning, the end. So he if he wants to start something, he'll be the one to finish it. And he's not done with Obama until he's done with Obama. Trump had a
Mm-hmm.
lot to say about Obama before he even entered the presidential office.
Mm-hmm.
Before Trump entered the presidential office, what I'm saying. And
because he
he
already
and,
felt
and
inferior.
and for the 4 years that he was sitting on the sidelines waiting to get back in the game, he had plenty more to say. And upon his return, he ain't stopped talking about it. In spite of him knowing that you can't do nothing to him. Uh, but that's not to say, again, he's not planting the seed for someone else to do something uh insidious to former President Barack Obama. That's that person that throws the rocks and hides his hands. That's gotta be mindful of those individuals. All right,
And
does anybody else have anything to add?
I was going to say this is definitely a racial thing because you got to understand the era that Trump comes from and what his
Mm-hmm.
history is.
Mm-hmm.
And what he wants to do is erase Obama from history
That's right.
because Obama being the first black president
That's right.
should have never happened as far as he's concerned because we're not worthy, we're not
That's
qualified
right.
to hold that position. And so, because the people put him in there, what Trump's going to do is okay, we gave you a Negro president, but look what you put in there. These were all the things he whitewashed you all. What's that word? He pulled the wool over you all's eyes because he was
Mm-hmm.
just crooked, just all of this stuff. And so, as long as he can keep dirt on his name, he would. That's his goal is to taint the legacy of his presidency.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's trying to do.
And that's also because he was there before him And he feels like that if anybody, he should have been there before Obama,
Hmm.
and there would have never been an Obama if he
Yeah.
was elected president beforehand.
Yep.
Yeah, it just kills this unfortunate soul that he had to follow as opposed to be
But
the
I had
person
not
a
only
that
right.
not
meant
only
to.
did the people put him in there, he did an excellent job at it.
That's right. Yeah, and
There was
everybody see and see this is you're shooting yourself in the foot because you're constantly comparing yourself to Obama. So that forces the people to make the comparison, and you come up short. That's what happens.
literally short
Yeah. Well.
Uh-oh.
of Vienna,
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
according to Stormy.
Oh, well, Stormy, she shouldn't be. Yeah, she's an authority on that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna keep that PG for her. Um, oh wow. Forgive me. Oh boy. All right. Let's go to question number four. Question number four. Mm, 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 mm. Does Congress have the authority to unseat U.S. president? And if so, what would be the grounds to do so? So, again, does Congress have the authority to unseat a U.S. president? And what would be the grounds in doing so? Tanya?
Does Congress have the authority to unseat?
Yes.
Yes, they do. But will they? No, they won't. Because you have one party that have totally advocated their power
Hmm.
to Trump, and it will not happen as long as they are spineless and won't stand up to do what's right for the people and the country that the people live in. What was the second part of that question?
What
I'm
would be the
sorry.
grounds of doing so?
Oh, treason,
Hmm.
war crimes, crimes against the people.
Okay. Sean, what's your perspective?
Yes, Congress has the authority to impeach and remove a president. Um, they have to. I mean, Tanya hit on some of the grounds that that would cause excuse me, that would cause them to remove someone like that. Treason, bribery, high crimes against anything against the United States,
Hmm.
anything that goes against the Constitution and the responsibility of what it is that they're supposed to uphold.
Mm-hmm. Patsy, what do you say?
Yes, they definitely do have the authority. They did it. They impeached him 2 times the last time he was in office. They just didn't remove him that last term
They couldn't
and
get the
let his
votes.
time run out. But also, this time, if they utilize that impeachment, they could surely get rid of him. But they're too too much underneath his thumb, so to speak. And even the King of England, when he was here within the last 3 or 4 weeks ago, he even um said in got on them in a nice way. Well, you have to step up your game and actually do your job.
Mm,
Basically, what he was telling them, do your job instead of being in fear of, and because there's checks and balances, and they're not doing their checks and balances because even the King and Queen of England have checks and balances, and they are not allowed to do anything and everything that they want to do. Because
Yeah,
it's more about the people than it is about the president or the king or whatever the title is in that country for the highest authority in your country. So, yeah, there's checks and balances so they could impeach him and remove him if they so will wanted to.
yeah. I'm I'm questioning their authority, the level of it, because uh I, I just don't understand why they haven't pulled the trigger, so to speak. No pun intended.
I
Uh,
told you why.
yeah, it's just it's saddening because again, you can start the impeachment process, but still you have to get the votes to remove him from office. And then that still can be a task because just because you get the votes, you still got to get him to concede. That's the whole thing. He doesn't have to leave. That's the dangerous part of it. See, you if you was dealing with a rational individual, yeah, they'd be like, well, I might as well resign or step down so that it doesn't besmirch or the presidency any further than what I already done. But you talking about a person?
That don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's the danger in dealing with an individual. But again, that is the monster that they created. In England, they got a damn nerve because America's what's in their government policies and everything stems from them. So they're part of the problem. Of course, they come over and say you should need to do this and that because they know that's where America's governing, their form of governing came from. It came from them. They just surpassed them, well, in brutality. Well, we don't know that for certain. We don't live in England. We know what they show us. Um, yep. All right, let me go ahead and pay these. Well, before I do, does anybody else have anything to add? All
I
right.
think the way that they do is like the monarchy actually runs a little bit smoother and they're not allowed to do as much as what the current president is doing and getting away with murder essentially. And they're murdering, he's murdering and breaking up the Constitution and don't give a hoot. The monarchy at least is trying to keep, whatever rules and regulation, Constitution, town, in comparison to us, they at least got those boundaries in place and abiding by what they can do as the monarchy.
Yeah, you ain't no way to implement or to enforce checks and balance when you can't check the individual and this person is lacking balance. You know, this person
Right.
is totally off what is it? Kilter.
And
So
you
Yeah.
got a whole party that is MAGA instead of and thinking about themselves and their color as opposed to the people as a whole and humanity.
yes, because they're not a part of the traditional parties. They're not Republican. They're not Democrats. They're not liberals. They're not independents. They're maggots. I mean, excuse me, MAGA. Well, I had said it right. Maggots. They are their loyalty is to Donald Trump, not to any other party. They pledge allegiance to the flag of Donald Trump. That's what they pledge their allegiance to. All right, but I digress. So let me go ahead and pay these bills. All right, this episode of the Still a Man podcast is sponsored by EmporiumPlus.org. Remember, guys, employmentplus.org is an online store. If you can't find what you are looking for in this store, then you are not shopping in the right store. All right? Upon logging in, you shall find the latest brands. S.A.M, support our sisters. Still a Man, Envy Forever, Adapt the Parish, Lady First, and items with the store name on it, emporiumplus.org. All right, let's move on. All right. All right, we still got Patsy. We still got Tanya. We still got Sean. Timmy, it shows that you're here. Are you still here?
Yep.
All right.
I was eating my food.
All right. All right. We're going to start with you. Question number 5. Will the Republican members of Congress ever vote in favor of ousting Donald Trump?
They will. They will. Because he has no power. Why do you think all these top officials that are military officials are resigning because they don't want to work underneath him? Why you think a lot of the top uh attorney generals, attorneys for the attorney general, all top lawyers, all of them quit because they don't want to work with somebody that's trying to uh, be a dictator. He's impressed by a dictator. And the problem is everything that he's done, it's all going to come back and bite him in his ass. It's going to bite him real good. It's really going to hurt his pride and everything.
Okay. So let me say this before I go to Patsy. All these people, you guys need to be mindful your exit strategies, your plans when you're leaving and stuff like that, because that's playing right into his plans. Because as soon as you guys remove yourself from the equation, he inserts more of his loyals in those positions, those people that loyalty is solely unto him. So that's something that these people that are vacating the office need to be mindful of. Patsy, let me give you question number 5. Hold on one second. All right. So basically, question number 5, will the Republican members of Congress ever vote in favor of ousting Donald Trump? Patsy?
I don't think so. At least the ones that are still in office.
Okay. I don't think so, Neve. I think those loyalists that he has in place and that he's inserting every time they leave, they understand the assignments and they're going to follow through. Sean?
Sorry. Do I think the people would ever I'm sorry.
I'll give it to you again, no worries.
Sorry.
Question number 5, will the Republican members of Congress ever vote in favor of removing Donald Trump from office?
Never. He's their, I don't want to say their savior, but he is the face of them. And right now, while they're doing their things behind the scenes, he has to be up front so that any ridicule that the party gets, he's the name that's attached to it.
Walking, talking, deflection.
Yep, because they know that his time is short lived. He only has these last, what, 2 years
That's
or
right.
whatever. And so after that, so they'll continue to do any and everything that he wants them to do while they're building their empire behind the scenes.
Yeah, I am very leery. I feel like that these guys is building up to something far more worse than him, or far more worse than what we are currently enduring in any shape or form.
Well, here's the thing with you saying it like that, and I want us to catch this. What he's doing and what he's putting in place is set up for any and everybody that comes in after him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, it is going to get worse because everything that they're stripping from us,
Mm-hmm.
everything that they're stripping from the United States is being set up. I'll put it like this, and then I'll let you move on. Everything that we thought we fought for equal rights and this and that and the other, and you know how long it took to get that.
That's right.
Once all that is stripped, it's going to take just that same amount of time to get it
Mm.
all back again.
Yeah, it's just it's sick because these
Mm-hmm.
damn hate mongers would rather burn it down than see us as their equals. That is stinking thinking, as Patsy would say.
Because it was
Yep.
never designed to be that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Should have never had the rights that we had.
Yeah, because it goes back to that whole part about purchasing of man. When you allow someone to purchase a man, they never wanted to relinquish any ownership. Whereas the black race was concerned. And many of them still feel like they have ownership. Ugh, yeah. All right. Question number 5. Tanya, will the Republican members of Congress ever vote in favor of ousting Donald Trump?
No, I agree with Sean with everything that he said. With this caveat that if the Democrats, and I'm going to say the people, not just the Democrats, because this involves everyone, if the people do not get themselves together, the
Mm-hmm.
word, let me see, I'm going to give you a scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew
Mm-hmm.
10:16
Ah,
says, be a shrewd,
seems.
be a
Mm-hmm.
shrewd, let me get it right. Shrewd as serpent. Let me read it this way. Shrewd as serpent refers to exercising deep discernment, strategic caution, and
Mm-hmm.
acute awareness of your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Rooted in the biblical phrase, shrewd as serpents and innocent as doves. It means navigating complex situations wisely without ever compromising your integrity. And I'm going to add without fear or
Mm-hmm.
favor. If you do that, then the serpent's head can be crushed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great answer.
Without conviction.
That let the church say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Um, Brimage, you with us?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and agree with Tanya. Well said.
All
Very well
right.
said.
That was easy. Stay right there. You're not getting off the hook.
There.
Anybody else have anything else to add before I go to Robbie? All right. Question number 6. If Congress attempts to overthrow President Trump, will he counterattack with MAGA faithfuls? So again, Robbie, if Congress attempts to overthrow President Trump, will he counterattack with his MAGA faithfuls? You gotta turn your mic on.
Sorry, I thought I agree with what Tanya was saying. I don't think that the Republicans is never gonna out him. They for the shits.
Well, you don't have to apologize for that words. Our presidents in his presidential cabinet use far more worse words than those. I mean, they're just a bunch of party mouths. Patsy, what do you say?
What was the question? I didn't
If
step away.
Congress attempts to overthrow President Trump, will he counterattack with his MAGA faithfuls?
Yeah. Um. Hopefully, with that really won't work. But if he counteracts with those mega faithfuls, I'm afraid he's going to retaliate with another rally against the White House.
Yep.
Another insurrection. That's how he's going to counteract.
Okay. Timmy, same question. If Congress attempts to overthrow President Trump, will he then counterattack with his MAGA faithfuls?
Let him try. He's already getting brought up on war crimes, so let him try.
Tanya, what do you say?
He's already retaliating, Dave. He knows that he's due to, he's he's geared up to lose, and he knows that if the Democrats get the House and the Senate back, that they're going to impeach him, and he's already setting the tone for the cause chaos for the midterms. Okay, with that slush fund that he got, he already paying the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys. They already getting their money in advance to cause chaos at the election to try to keep them from throwing him out.
Wow. Sean? You gotta turn your mic on, Sean.
Oh, wow, sorry, thought I was yapping away too. I said, I agree with Tanya and the rest of the panel because at the end of the day, when it comes to public knowledge that he has been ousted or trying to be ousted, he won't have to rally anybody. They're gonna come together automatically.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna because they already know what it is that they can do and what they can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be like, people, are we gonna allow this to happen? And boom, they're just gonna fall right into line.
I dare say that those maggots have already received their marching orders and they are like clusters that are like, they always want to refer to people as terrorists. These domestic terrorist cells are already in place and they're being funded and headed up by those hate mongers. And that $10 billion that they wanted to did that lawsuit that he tried to file and then he took it back and it was 1776 now what they want. Those, I agree, that money, that slush fund is to pay off all those individuals and make sure that they have the ammunition and everything that they need to carry out their mission. That's what I think that's for. So it's not a question of when and where. It's like, just stay tuned because they already set. They ready.
That's exactly what it's for. And I'm telling you, we as the people, we better wake up
And,
and realize how, at the time she stayed away from it, but this is how important voting is. We got the only way, the only fight that we have to do away with any of this stuff that they're doing is getting out there and voting these people out of office.
and, and then you got to have a plan once you do that. Because like I said, once these individuals are voted out, who's to say they're going to concede at the because they're going to follow the lead of their chief and commander. So if he ain't walking away, they ain't gonna walk away. I'm gonna say this to all the viewers at home. You guys better pay close attention to what's carrying out right before your eyes, what's being told to you, what's being said. Because again, we love to say, Donald Trump can't do that. They're not going to allow that. But this man is doing whatever he wants to do, how he wants to do it. So he already told y'all he going to use that money to pay off those insurrectionists. I don't see how anybody could be in agreement with that. And again, like I told one of our beloved family members earlier today, all you people of color and minority that is agreeing with the mistreatment of others, don't forget what these people did to you first, and they ain't stopped doing it to you. So if you convince yourself that your oppressor is going to take his foot off your neck to put it on someone else's neck, they're going to keep you in place. They already know where you are. They want to teach the other people their so-called role in society. Again, y'all better smarten up. Y'all better smarten up.
That's the importance of voting. Like, I just get so irritated that when you ask people, you know, when you want to talk politics, oh, I don't really get involved in politics. You need to be involved in politics.
But they got a lot to say about it.
You need to know what's going on with the country. But you sitting on the sidelines and you voting for somebody like this is taking away all your rights. Like, how can I say this? You have ancestors, family members who shed blood for you to be able to have rights, to be able to appear to be as if you being part of the society.
It's a good segue, Tanya. Now check out this question. Stay right there. Question number 7. Could the recent diatribe of President Trump lead to a witch hunt that results in the death of Barack Obama? Matter of fact, I said that was question 7. Yep, that's question number 7. One more time, Steve. Could the recent diatribe of President Trump lead to a witch hunt that results in the death of Barack Obama? Tanya?
They can try, but I think that, you know, God has his hands on those who are fighting his fight.
Okay.
And the only way that would happen if it was his time that God called him home. That's what I believe.
Okay.
Because we're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against principalities, spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Wickedness from on high.
Yeah, we got those people that been hovering about, just walking amongst us, just waiting to just shed their mask. A lot of them already done it, and they're just walking around in plain sight. And so people are so comfortable with it because all the other perversion in this damn world. They just think, oh, these people walking around with masks on, not knowing that they looking right at these damn demons. Tanya, did you have any more to add?
No, the mess. They don't. How can I say? Somebody said it like this: they don't have the hoods no more. They walking around in suits.
Timmy, what do you say? You gotta turn your mic on, Tim.
Men in black.
Say that again.
Men in black.
Oh, okay. Patsy? Could the recent diatribe of President Trump lead to a witch hunt that results in the death of Barack Obama?
Um, they they can try to do a witch hunt against Barack Obama, but you know what? God's chosen people have a hedge around them, and and the only way that it's going to be laid down is if God let it down for Satan, and Satan and his minions can actually break through their fence. So it's going to take a lot of convincing for a good conversation between Satan and God to release that hedge around Obama for him to actually get killed. And usually the devil will go every which way but directly at Obama
Okay.
to kill him.
All right. Robbie,
That's my view.
what do you say, Robbie?
The witch hunt, would it be the end result of Obama's death?
Yes. Is
Uh,
everything that Donald Trump has said, like recently and beforehand, about Barack treason and his embezzlement and him being the root of all evil, everything that's wrong with the government and the current affairs of America?
um, I'm just gonna say this. My belief. I believe that Obama's been covered thus far for a reason, and he's gonna still continue to be covered by the heavens, by Jesus Christ. He did great things. At least the people, at least the people that consider him doing great things are gonna say that. I believe he done some great work his time in the office. He's protected. Donald Trump can wish evil to come his way or set goons out to, march in that direction to kill him. But only God has the last say. And if an accident or murder happens to happen, I don't think that's God's work. I think that was just man's way of being wicked again. But I think that he's covered. So all that Donald Trump's saying and doing, by the blessing of the Lord, haven't touched him this far, and I don't think that it will.
Okay. Sean, what do you say? Could the recent diatribe of Donald Trump lead to a witch hunt that results in the death of Barack Obama?
Strong possibility because there are many out there that believe any and everything that this man says, and they would stand on the ground of calling themselves being patriotic.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got more?
No, sir.
All right. Again, let me say this. I feel like, again, Donald Trump is not no fool. He knows he got these individuals that will do anything and everything under the guise that they're doing it for him. We must save the king syndrome. We must protect the king at all costs. So if President Trump continues to paint Obama as public enemy number one, and that he is, let me say, a roadblock on the road to their victories, then if they're given a chance, they're gonna try to take him out. That's my what's there. Notice I said try. So because all of this like all of this rhetoric, irrational rhetoric, radical rhetoric, I think that the people around Obama, including Obama, they should be putting the necessary things in place to protect him in his not just him, but his. Because just like Donald Trump is setting the table so that all his can eat, and everybody else after him that comes after him can sit at the head of the table, since they're putting everything on Obama and they feel like Obama is the only one that can stand up to Donald Trump, then y'all should be doing everything to protect him and make sure that anybody that follows suit or that is created in his image politically, then y'all should be protecting them too. The next in line.
Could I say this?
Yep.
If Donald Trump was so focused on having his followers allegedly kill Obama, why he just didn't write a script? He wrote many for his assassinations. They attempted to try to kill him maybe 3 to 4 times. If it was that easy, them going after him, and he has followers that believe in his hate and the wrong Obama did, why haven't they made 3 attempts on Obama's life or many more than that? What they did on Trump?
Because the head conspirator must keep his hands clean at all time so that he can't be connected to the obvious crime. Anybody else want to add to that? All right, let's go to question number 8. Oh, this is a good one. Patsy, question number 8. The last question of the night. Should Barack Obama sue President Trump for defamation of character? And if found guilty, will Donald Trump cease and desist with his irrational rhetoric?
I don't think so, because in God, if he's a true man of God of faith of God, Barack's like, no, not why feed into the evilness of nonsense. So, and because even if he did do that, Trump will never stop bad mouthing Obama.
Huh?
So it's no sense. It's probably with him. It's like the guy is a joke. Why play his games? I'm above that.
Okay. Thank you for your participation and your insight. Timmy, you still with us?
Yeah.
Should Barack Obama sue President Trump for defamation of character? And if he is found guilty, meaning Trump, will Trump cease and desist with all of his irrational, radical rhetoric?
Well, here's the thing. Obama has class. He's not a little kid that always wanted to be what somebody else was. And he don't have to stoop to Trump's level. And that's why Trump is so upset and obsessed with Obama. Now, for someone who claims to be a godly man, I never seen him inside of the church. I seen him outside the church holding the Bible upside down, but I never actually seen him inside the church like we seen all the rest of the presidents.
Mm, okay. That's a good something to think about. Um, uh, let's see. Question number 8. Should Barack Obama sue President Trump for defamation of character? And if found guilty, will President Trump cease and desist with his irrational rhetoric? Robbie, what's your perspective?
Me personally, I don't think that a shrewd individual like Obama need to waste any time entertaining Donald Trump. He always has been jealous of the success Obama has made for himself. So he will never amount to 50% of that character. And Obama needs not to come down to a level that's beneath him and entertaining a lawsuit, wasting money and valuable time and mental what you would call it. He doesn't need to have a mental breakdown behind someone that is not worth his time or money. Bottom line, that's all I had to say about that.
Thank you for your participation and your
And
insight.
I feel like the only reason why he went after goddamn Iran because he tried to thought he was some Nostradamus, and he tried to say that Obama was going to go to war with Iran, but Obama made a deal with the Middle East, all of them out there, and Trump was upset about that. So he's like, Obama didn't get him. I'm gonna go get him, and I'm gonna prove that what he did was wrong, and I'm gonna be looking strong, a strong President Trump. He's looking like a fucking ass, and the goddamn Iranians making you look like a goddamn ass.
Okay. Tanya, same question. Should Barack Obama sue President Trump for defamation of character? And if he is found guilty, will he cease and desist with his radical rhetoric?
I'm going to answer the second part first. No, if he is found guilty, no, Trump would not decease. That's who he is. That's his DNA. That will never stop. Now, I'm going to answer the first part with agreeing with Robert. A shrewd individual like Barack um, knows who fights his battles, and I'm going to say that by saying, giving you a scripture, Deuteronomy 28, verse 7. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee seven ways. Meaning, this verse is part of the blessings of obedience in Deuteronomy 28, where God promises Israel victory and protection over those who oppose them. So, with God fighting his battle, he don't have to sue Donald Trump. He's gonna have the victory. Donald Trump will come at him one way, he's fleeing seven different ways. And seven in the biblical sense means completeness and totality. So meaning that he would be destroyed.
You better preach. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
You know, I think some of us are forgetting tonight that they're a part of the church. Again, let the church say amen.
Amen.
In Jesus'
Amen.
name.
All right, that sounds better. Tanya, thank you for your participation and your insight. Sean, same question. Should Barack Obama sue President Donald Trump for defamation of character? And if he is found guilty, will Donald Trump cease and desist with his irrational rhetoric?
I do not think he should, for the simple fact that he will be playing into his hand, keeping up this buffoonery going on. Also, you'll be stooping to his level because that means that you would be acknowledging the foolishness that he's putting out there. Obama knows that the American people don't believe this crap that he's saying. So there's no need to try to clear your name. Your name is clear. Those that smirch it or smear it, that's MAGA. They matter, but they don't matter, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that
And
makes perfect
so
sense.
there'll be no need to, because then all you're doing is tying up your golden years with this foolishness behind with this fool. You don't want to do that. You got other things of more important. Obama still is about the American people and their needs and concerns are what's important to him. And let's just say that he did go and sue him and this and the other. No, Trump would not stop talking trash because it would give him more to say because he would clown him and pick up on the fact that he has the nerve to try to bring a lawsuit against me of something that he's guilty of in his mind. So yeah, so it'll just be a whole complete circus. And there's more important things going on in America that Obama is concerned about than trying to uh, vindicate his name, which he does not need to do because his name is not smeared in whatsoever.
Love it. Thank you for your participation and your insight. America, be mindful of he or she that plans to tell you about the wrongdoings of others because he might be bearing a sword and you might find that sword protruding from your back. See you guys next week. Everybody, stay prayed up.